Gu Nanzu, from Gu's Group and CEO of Nebula's Animation, has a strong ability. It only took 4 years to make the Gu family's transformation successfully, and he also established Nebula's Animation. Nanking University, Zhu Jianqing, who works as a part-time order receptionist, brought dozens of takeaways to the classroom. Her principal job is a cartoonist. Mr. Liu of Manxing showed her the plan and asked Zhu Jianqing to draw it out. Zhu Jianqing was a little embarrassed because of the bloody plot, and was finally moved by the price of 201 page. Gu Nanzu decided to terminate the contract with Manxing. They are all pirated works. Gu Nanzu will never allow Nebula to turn into rubbish. Gu Nanzu arbitrarily proposed to terminate the contract with Manxing. Mr. Liu begged him to look at the female works. When he was unable to do anything, he called Zhu Jianqing to scold him and deducted her remuneration. Zhu Jianqing was in a hurry. She obviously painted in accordance with the company's requirements. Gu Nanzu accidentally got Zhu Jianqing's cartoon manuscript on the ground and stepped on it blindly. Zhu Jianqing was very angry and asked him to respect the author's efforts. Gu Nanzu believed that her work was completely worthless. Zhu Jianqing aggressively put him on the wall and repeatedly emphasized that he did not plagiarize, asking him to apologize for his work and pay for his actions. Zhu Jianqing asked Gu Nanzu to pay him 1,000 yuan, but Gu Nanzu reluctantly scanned the payment code and left. Zhu Jianqing vomited bitterness at school and Zhang Yin, and was named during class. Mr. Gu left his will 5 years ago and also left a letter, hoping that Gu Nanzu will take good care of his friend's daughter Zhu Jianqing. Zhu Jianqing answered the question very well, and the teacher was very satisfied and asked her to be the class representative for this semester. Zhu Jianqing's brother Zhu Zixuan sent the things to Suixia's house again, and Suixia quickly gave it to her. He also said that he drew a special prize of 5,000 yuan in the supermarket last time. Actually, it was Zhu Zixuan who asked her to help. For Zhu Jianqing, Zhang Yin saw at a glance that Zhu Zixuan had given it to her again, and persuaded Suixia to refuse him. After all, she was not good at lying. Gu Nanzu did not show up for a long time at the Gu Group meeting. Lu Ziming bought the group's shares aggressively, and Gu Nanzu's address was at stake. Gu Nanzu received Zhu Jianqing's message and found that it was the girl from Manxing, who was a little surprised, and went to Zhu Jianqing regardless of the group. The Zhu family is kind to them. Father Gu hopes that Zhu Jianqing and Gu Nanzu will get married. Gu Nanzu has no time to fall in love, and even plans to propose marriage directly. Zhang Zixuan quickly arranged a scene where a hero saves the United States, and Zhu Jianqing fell in love with Gu Nanzu at first sight. Zhu Jianqing, who was rescued by the hero, really had a heartbeat. In the car, Gu Nanzu asked Zhu Jianqing to marry him. He could do his best to protect her and solve Zhu Zixuan's debt. Gu Nanzu took off his jacket and wanted to approve Zhu Jianqing's clothes, but was misunderstood by Zhu Jianqing and ran away. Zhu Jianqing and Suixia talked about their heroic deeds in fighting gangsters. These days Zhu Zixuan ignored Zhu Jianqing and she was very worried. Aunt Sugwan came to Zhu Jianqing with a bunch of flowers, which was obviously sent by Gu Nanzu. Zhang Zixuan then came up with bad ideas, and then Zhu Jianqing received a luxurious lunch, a lot of snacks, and even prepared her exclusive parachutist and exclusive car. Zhu Jianqing was very speechless. Under Zhang Zixuan's instigation, Gu Nanzu directly prepared a big scene. Zhu Jianqing received an order for setting up the marriage proposal, but he did not expect that the order was from Gu Nanzu, and the object of the proposal was herself. The moment Zhu Jianqing saw Gu Nanzu was stunned. Gu Nanzu's face was dumbfounded like a war, and he straightly took out the ring and asked Zhu Jianqing to marry him, which immediately attracted crowds of onlookers. Zhu Jianqing was unwilling to marry Gu Nanzu, but Gu Nanzu straightforwardly told her that he was serious. Zhu Jianqing left speechlessly, but came back to ask Gunanzu for a service fee of 2,000. Gunanzu had already paid the money, and as soon as he stretched out his hand, he fished Zhu Jianqing into his arms. Zhu Jianqing still stepped on him unmoved. In order to save his life, Zhang Ziexuan quickly came up with a killer. The next day, Zhu Jianqing received countless designer bags from Gunanzu, saying they were gifts of apology. Zhang Ziexuan presided over the meeting instead of Gunanzu. He was wearing headphones while Gunanzu was conducting the other side. Zhu Jianqing came to the company to find Gunanzu. The front desk said that an appointment was needed, and Zhu Jianqing broke in directly. Zhu Jianqing asked Gunanzu to take the things back and not to appear in his own life, but Gunanzu insisted that Zhu Jianqing marry him. Zhu Jianqing was taken aback by Gunanzu, and his body reflexively took Gunanzu and fell onto the sofa. The two kissed unexpectedly.